We're gonna talk about that.
The Star.
Yeah, y'all already know. Seven the Panther. That dude Fizz on the beat. Yeah. We live in entertainment. Sound change. Crown the kings, homie. This is where it get ill. About to have the tip off live as a tip drill. From the court to the diamond, to the track, to the big skin, flying around the field, starting five forever, keeping it real. If it matters in the world of sports, jeans and long sleeves, they taking no shorts. Hot to death, oh yes, these other sports podcasts live as a pro's corpse. Biz market wave, the starting five goes off. No matter who you cheer for, emotions out the window, they analyzing with clear thoughts. They take it way deeper than the force ever. No longer got any use for the four letters. The latest news, score stats and the view from the sideline. Ain't no guideline, it's just the truth. Yeah, no need to dig for a pardon line. It's always in season if people start five. We going in on three, run the baseline, start five. We got what you need. In the sports news you see, we don't waste time. We talking cause we live it. We got what you need. We going in on three, run the baseline, start five. We got what you need. And y'all know me, seven sign, I'm the illest cat spit. I got what you need.
Oh yeah, we back. Let me get this on the right angle. We back pre-Super Bowl weekend. But god damn it. Bombshells are dropping. Bombshells, other things. A number of different things have been dropping, falling. But we'll get there in a minute. Y'all know who I am. Y'all know who this is. Your boy the mayor, the DJ named Ace5. Mom's favorite fat guy. All the way from the deepest, darkest, and frigid Africa today. God damn it. And we're here with the newest episode of the Star at 5. As always, hit that box next to TJ's head. Go to hooksrub.com. Use the code STARTING5. 20% off your order. TJ, what up?
What up, fellas? Not feeling good today. Tweaked my knee playing basketball. So not. That shit hurts. Hurts getting old. Hurts getting old fast.
Yeah, but you look a little medicated.
Not yet.
Okay.
I've been drinking. I am tired.
Faded in a different way, but just not
Yeah.
medicated.
Yeah. So, besides that, vibes are immaculate. My Knicks took one on the chin last night, but can't win them all. Next 5-6 game winning streak they had. You know what I mean? And we're gonna talk about some buffoonery today.
Oh yeah.
Buffoonery. Damn. On you, O. On you.
Yo, it's your boy Big O in the building, as y'all know. It's right, yo, TJ, man. This the only basketball I play right here, man. You can't tweak your knee playing 2K, man. I tried. But nah, man. It's an eventful week, It's an eventful week, man. I know we got a lot to talk about today, man. I'm kind of glad it's my brother, man. My brother ain't here, man, but I'm kind of glad he isn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of glad Lisper ain't here, man, because god damn it, boy. I know we're gonna have to hear that shit. But nah, man, I know the mayor gonna get into that, man. So yeah.
Well,
man.
let's get right into it because like that name of the show, Bombshells Are Dropping. Man, it was like on the 25th hour last night. I sent y'all the message into the group chat because it popped up through the ESPN fantasy joint. Luka Doncic traded to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis and a 2029 first round pick. I mean, TJ, because you're the one injured right now, I previously had a close to knee injury a decade ago. They traded. It was like somebody traded us for us. Like we just swapped sides on the screen. Injured for injured, hurt for hurt. Mr. Glass versus Mr. Mr. Glass.
I mean, the dude's name is literally Street Clothes Dogs. What? Somebody's got to get fired, bro. Somebody's got to get fired, man. Jason Kidd, I'm sure, didn't agree to this. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was done at the time it was done because they were trying to sneak it by people. You know what I'm saying? Usually they name trades in the middle of the day, 3, 4 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
What's this sneaky? I don't know. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning when I found out.
Yeah.
While you were sleeping, look what happened. Yo, somebody's getting fired, dogs. Because you could have got so much more for Luka Doncic than a 31-year-old Anthony Davis. Are you kidding me? Burn it down. Burn it all down.
The Mavs showed that they went straight into win now. It's a win now mode, right? Because Anthony Davis doesn't have many miles left. Like that's obvious. But having said that, he is still top 3 best rim protectors in the game.
You can't say it's win now when you traded a dude that's better than him.
But what does he give you? Right? I mean, on offense, he's a savant. You know what I'm saying? And he moves in reverse damn near. He moves in slow motion. And he's a savant. You know what I'm saying? Like the stuff he gives you on offense is incredible.
That's
On
why they went to
defense,
the finals last year, though.
on defense, he gives you almost nothing. And it's almost painful to watch sometimes, man.
But
Because
they live with that. They try to hide him. You know what I'm saying? You just
yeah,
But
but
see,
but with,
TJ, I'm
but
sorry.
with,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry though. With Davis though, you're getting both. He'll give you 25 and
yeah,
14
right.
when he
25 games
plays.
a year, dogs.
When he plays.
25 is the optimal word there. 25 games a year, dog.
And see,
Mhm.
and that's why I can see why O says Dallas went to win now because yeah, they just made it to the finals last year, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And with the same two guard setup.
yeah.
And
Almost
I
unstoppable.
and Kyrie and Luca was almost damn near the same player. Minus Kyrie has a little bit more speed than him or quicker.
Hmm.
But ball handling wise, I mean, distributing, like Kyrie can do all of that. Give
I'll
him the
be honest with
proper
you.
big, and he's they're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine.
Right.
They're gonna be fine.
I'll be honest with you. I think Dallas organization looked at the rest of the West Coast and was like, okay, these teams are getting better. You know what I'm saying? OKC is getting better. Denver, you can't count Denver out. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what they were looking at when they made this move. You know. So
I
Yeah.
don't know, man. You traded a 28-year-old for a 31-year-old with mad miles on him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so let me ask you though. Let
how
me
many
ask you
more
Well,
does
years is
he got
AD
he
playing?
got
2, 3?
he
He
got
got
more
2, 3
injury
years left.
miles though. He
yeah.
got more injury miles though than I would say.
Yeah.
Maybe the mileage is equal when you add up the time off the court or time on the court. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
let me ask you then. Does it make LA better? Does it make the Lakers better?
Yes. Yes.
How?
Because he elevates. It's like how Jokic is a heady player. He makes the players around him better. He's going to command so much attention that he's going to be able to. His gravity is going to create a lot of open shots for other people.
So you
Now,
don't you don't get that already with LeBron?
LeBron ain't the LeBron he used to be. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Lou.
Lou is wilding.
Yeah. Um. Um. It's just. It's just LeBron. LeBron is 40 years old, dogs. He's not. He's not out there. LeBron 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Where he's drawing that gravity. You can actually guard LeBron now. You know what I'm saying? Make him a jump shooter. He's not going to bully ball you in the paint like that. He can't do it for 48 minutes. He can do it for 5, maybe 10, but he's not giving you that anymore. He's got to be a more cerebral player. But Luka changes all of that. You know what I'm saying?
But
It's the
problem
way.
they
I'm
problem they
sorry.
have,
Uh,
they didn't replace. What do they have that replaces Anthony Davis?
Right, right.
nothing.
That's what
Yeah.
that's what I'm I was alluding to. Like all you have is Jackson Hayes. You know what I'm
LeBron
saying?
James will play the
And
5.
Vanderbilt.
LeBron James will play the 5. He can play the 5.
You
So
think so?
uh,
Ain't that many bigs that are nice like that? He's gonna be guarding on a regular night anyway. Name me 10 dope bigs. There's not even 10 dope big men in the league no more. You got about 4.
There haven't been 10 dope big men in the league for a minute.
So that's what I'm saying.
word.
Mhm.
A lot of
I
these
look
teams
at
are
this as
playing 6'9" centers.
I
Look
look
at
at this as
Draymond.
LA taking a step backwards though.
They still have a
Or
weak ass team. They still have a weak team. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're not getting out of the first or second round in the West, no matter who it is. They're not getting past the second round.
You know, and I think we're not even mentioning a lot of the intangibles. Like Luca half the time he's not. Yo, remember James Harden when he got to Brooklyn, like like wait, hold on, this motherfucker playing the NBA, like this this dude couldn't even tuck his jersey in. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And Luca was that guy the last couple of years, man. You know, he doesn't take his health seriously as far
Off-season
as his training.
conditioning.
Yeah, off season condition, right? He doesn't take that seriously enough, to be on an NBA level. I mean, that may be an issue. Is LeBron going to stand for that? LeBron and JJ going to stand for that? You
They
know.
got to because they pulled the trigger for it.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they're going to use this for a deal coming up because they really ain't got no draft picks. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So
or
if they could flip Luca, I would do it.
or this is maybe just a move to set up their future, aka like we said, LeBron is 40. He ain't got much left to go. He ain't got much left to go. So maybe
Right.
this is their like Tyrone always says, this is the Lakers always got to be in contention. The Lakers always got to have somebody that keeps them in the Hollywood spotlight or zeitgeist or whatever. They need that named guy to move it on. And let's keep it real. They haven't had a guard like this since Magic. When Luca came in the league, we was looking at him like a quote unquote white Magic Johnson in a way. One of the best passers we've ever seen, best floor generals we've seen coming into the league. So maybe this is a transition for the future move.
Mm.
Because then when LeBron goes, Bronny goes. Which, funny enough, shouts out to the people at the Garden last night. Niggas was chanting MVP for Bronny. They was chanting, let him shoot, put him in the game.
Yeah.
That's
Yo,
crazy.
I don't know, man. We've had it's a running argument we've had, a running conversation we've had for the last couple of weeks, man. I say blow the damn team up and just get draft picks, but I mean we've seen that it works in OKC. It's worked. You know what I'm saying?
But you have to
So
have the right personnel to do that. Because look at Philly, dogs.
yeah,
Look at Philly.
yeah. That's the other side of the spectrum. That's the other side of the pendulum. Like it worked to perfection in OKC. Philly, the same thing. They tried the same thing in Philly. Yeah, it went to shit.
And it was because of the personnel.
Yeah,
Management, dogs.
that was management, right? It
Elton
wasn't.
Brand is ass. All right.
Was it Elton Brand? Was it Elton Brand or was it Maury?
Maury's there too. Ass. All right.
Was it Elton Brand was there close to the beginning of the process though, right?
Right,
With
right.
Hinky, right? Hinky, whatever his name was.
Yeah, you're right, right. Hinky, right. Because I was gonna say is working in Houston. I
Listen,
mean, well, no, I'm sorry. Maury was in Houston first, right? And then
yeah,
he went to
yeah,
Philly. Okay.
yeah. And it's just not working. They wasted the best big in a long time career. They wasted his whole career. Been a
I I
waste.
I think he did that pretty much on his own, man. I mean, as far as when you say he wasted his career, what are you talking about? As far as not having the right
How?
people around him?
Yes, yes,
Mm,
yes. Yeah, they look at the number of people they let go that prospered elsewhere. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
And look how many first round draft picks they had that was straight duds. What happened to Jalil Okafor? Where is he now?
Oh yeah, yeah. He's probably playing overseas now.
Dennis Smith Jr. Uh, who else? No, not Dennis Smith Jr. Who else they had? Ben Simmons was a bust.
Ben Simmons,
We
yeah,
we all know that. Michael Carter Williams,
yeah,
MCW. All these high draft picks done.
yeah,
Done. How you get that many times at the apple and you just fucking let it fall to the floor and rot?
yeah.
Come on, dogs. Like it doesn't make any sense. And every high quality coach he's had can't bring him to the next level. Joel Embiid, like you said, some of it is on him. He can't carry a team. He's showed you this time and time again. He
I
is
think
not able to carry a team.
I think at this point they're not even asking him to carry the team anymore. You know,
No, they're
I
asking him to
think
carry himself on the floor.
yeah, yeah, right. Just make it to the game.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty much Maxi's team now, man.
I mean, but you know what? Now that this Luca trade is done, I'm sure he's the next one to go.
Yeah, I was gonna say Philly need to cut their losses too. You know,
He's gonna be the next one to go, and he probably won't have any say in it either.
nah.
That motherfucker be in Utah. He be in Utah.
Hey, Utah got draft picks, man. I would give him up for Laurie Markkinen or something.
Laurie Markkinen and like 4 first rounders, though.
Mm-hmm.
Laurie will fit right next to Maxi, right nice right now.
Yep, yep.
Is with the CBA, you got to see if the money works because he's making a shit ton of money.
Markkinen.
Embiid.
Mm.
Marketing is not making as much as Embiid.
Right.
There might be a few people involved in that trade.
Yeah, but who does MB want to go from the city of brotherly love to the city of Mormons?
Mm.
Does Embiid have a say in it? Does he have a no
Yeah,
trade clause in his
that's
joint?
true. That's true. That's true. I just see a white ass state like that screaming deport him if he starts
Nah,
to shit the bed.
nah. You know what I see? I see him folding right in. Lovely. He loves being around him. His wife fits right in. You know what I'm
Fucking
saying?
ice coming to the game.
He'll be just fine up there.
They'll come to the game like the police coming to a Luke concert back in the day. Like if you fall on the floor one time,
You know why he'll do well up
you're
there?
going back home.
There's no pressure for him out there. There's nothing out there. There's no pressure. There's nothing for him to do but chill, which he loves doing anyway. You know what I'm saying? There's no pressure. There's no media on him. And I got a feeling Luka's going to drop 50 on Dallas every time he plays them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was gonna say, man. I was gonna say Philly is not going to tell it. They're not gonna say it, but they're taking phone calls. They're taking phone
Absolutely.
calls.
At this point, you need to
Yeah.
because this dude is
Yeah,
washed.
I mean, if the Lakers and you look at it like if the Lakers are willing to move on an All-Star caliber player who's always injured, maybe we have to do the same.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah,
see what y'all are saying.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. That's the next domino. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens between now and before the trade deadline. Just get it over with. Let them go. I'll be laughing my ass off. But
Mm-hmm.
What's
I
going
don't
on,
know.
y'all?
What up, Jamal? I don't know if you heard what we was talking about, which was the blockbuster trade, the bombshell that was dropped late last night. But the brothers found a way to throw the Sixers under the bus too, and say and
Because
say
fuck
that
them.
they should look at yeah they're saying that Philly should take note and do the same with Embiid, possibly send them to a place like Utah. But
hmm
you know,
that was a good look for Dallas. Um, I think they get some defense and they get a dynamic player. They kind of doing all right without Luca. They got some size, they got some defense. I don't know if this helps the Lakers. Okay, they got a lot more scoring now, but they got a massive defensive hole, and somebody who's gonna that's going to be one complaining team to the rest, bro.
Mhm. Yeah, shit. Because you already had LeBron complaining.
Yeah, man. So that's gonna be man. So I mean, I think it was a smart move by Dallas. I mean, they cut their losses early. Um, I think Luca's never. I don't know. He can't be Batman. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So I guess So we'll see. But yeah, the Sixers. I don't know what the Sixers are doing because I don't
they
know.
don't know what they're doing, Jamal. It's
Yeah.
obvious. It's obvious they don't know what
not
they're
not to
doing.
kick a team when they're down,
Yes, kick them hard,
Kick
very
'em.
hard. Steel
but
toe.
they
Herb Stomper, he said.
I would never, ordinarily, like I said, Embiid used to be my favorite player outside the Knicks. I know, Mayor, you said the same thing. Um, After that playoff, that sucker shit he pulled last year to Mitch, I that was it for me. You know what I mean? And um, just been bad. They've had bad luck ever since. They gave him the bag, and then he said he only going to play a third of the games or whatever. Only going to play half the games, and then they went and they got a vintage model car in PG 12. He said, "Yeah, me too." What he said, "I only going to play. I only going to play in some of the games." But it probably do the Lakers have any more assets to give? Because if I was the Sixers,
No,
I would try and give Embiid to them now.
Hmm.
The Lakers are probably in win now mode. I mean, if LeBron wins another one, he's probably gonna hang it up.
And
But
B for Bronny straight up.
that's cold blooded. But
the numbers work.
I don't want to see. I don't want to see the brother JP go through any more trauma or turmoil. But man,
Nah,
man,
nah, he's burning.
our brother would have a fucking meltdown.
yeah,
If Embiid to the Lakers, nah,
No,
he ain't.
Embiid to the Lakers. I said Embiid straight up for Bronny though, which I said that as a joke. But imagine.
well,
There'll be another Luigi incident if that happens, dog. Facts. That's Philly, dogs. That's Philly, dogs.
Trust
Somebody
the
getting
musket.
hurt.
We call trust
Trust
the
the
musket.
musket.
Somebody
Hey,
gonna be
yo,
waiting
Philly.
outside with pouring the fucking ammo in the joint,
trust
packing it
the
down.
trust the Smith and trust the Smith and Wesson. Oh
family.
man.
I don't know,
Philly
man.
going through enough heartache, man. Yo, if that was to fucking around to happen, it'd be rioting in the streets, man.
And I think it's because right now they're distracted because of the Eagles, so it's not hitting there yet. And I get it. So the fan base ain't ready to
The
beat them
next
drums
4
yet.
months are gonna be
Yeah,
horrible.
you know. And then if the Eagles win, that should buy them some even more time.
Some leeway until the parade is over. Till the
Because
parade is over, though.
it's just something different when your football team win. You on that high for a hot minute. You know what I mean? And especially with Philly,
Yup.
that's like the most important thing they got as a city is the Eagles. So
Hmm.
so they're gonna be on for a minute. So they may not care to the Sixers until playoff time comes around. And then they wait, man. You know what I mean? So um, the most disturbing part is if everybody shows up and plays. That's a good fucking basketball team. That's a dangerous basketball team. You know what I'm
Yeah, well, if it was a split, I'd be high right now.
saying? You know, so that's the crazy part about it. But
Shit.
um, I'm looking to see if if the Knicks is going to deal Mitch or not. What are we going to do? Mitch or Sims? One of them two jokers is probably getting dealt.
Sims is out of here.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wouldn't. I
Sims is
wouldn't
out
move
of
Mitchell.
here.
Yeah.
I don't mind if they grab like what's his name, Valley and Jonas, whatever brother.
Valanciunas?
Yeah, him or what's the dude from Toronto? Is it Boucher?
Oh, that's the kid I want.
Yeah,
Boucher is nice. We just
man.
we just fleeced Toronto for all they should have made it better. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Well, Toronto fan base is saying they won the trade, so I think I sent y'all that link on YouTube where they were saying they won that trade. I was like, okay.
They won the
If
trade
you
with
say so.
Quickly and RJ over
Well,
OG
RJ
and
and
Precious.
Oakley, yeah.
Wow. Is OG okay? Is OG good?
Foot
Foot
sprain.
sprain. So I
Foot
don't know how
sprain.
long
Okay, I'll
that
take
is.
it.
But you know
That's
what?
I thought it was Achilles, man. I was about to
that's what
say.
I thought.
Nah. So it's going right into All-Star week anyway. So he'll
Yeah.
be
Sit
good
him
probably.
down.
But yeah, he'll probably be good by the time the break is over.
What we need is a healthy squad. I don't give a shit what seed we are in the playoffs, as long as we go in there with a healthy team.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just keep the ship afloat. But yeah, we need some size. I think Boucher would be a fantastic addition. Um, 6'9" wing, can shoot the three, can run and play defense.
Yeah, and he plays
Will
really
help
good
us with
defense.
the
Yeah,
size. Now we talking something, you know.
and he
Um,
can run. He can run the
he can
floor.
run. Yeah.
Mhm.
Young boy.
So
Yeah, I
we
like
just
that.
we get murdered on the boards. That's why it's a good thing we can shoot as well as we do,
Mhm.
because we get murdered on the boards, man. You
Well,
know.
Cat is a better rebounder than I thought he was. You know what I'm saying? Or at least on the offensive glass, he really goes
Mhm.
hard on offensive glass. Defensive rebounds, he's out of position a
He's
lot.
out,
But
yeah, because he got cement feet, man. You
yeah,
know. So and it's like, and if he's shooting threes and he miss, you
yeah,
know,
ain't
we
nobody
got
down there.
nobody down there.
Yeah,
No.
Right.
So
that's why
I
it's
mean,
so important
this
for
is
Mitch
best
to.
year.
Yeah, that's why it's so important for Mitch to come back because he can play alongside him because he can be outside and not clog the paint.
play
You know what I'm saying?
alongside him, come off the bench, and we don't,
Yeah. You got
you
two
don't lose the
7-footers like
defense.
that,
Yeah,
and Mitch is athletic. Like he can guard a small on a switch.
he just,
Like
yeah,
he'll let you go
he
by him so he could get you on the backside for the block. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's just disruptive. You know what I mean? And we don't
yeah,
have that off the bench, and we don't have that starting right now.
Right.
yeah,
So
that coming off the bench would be crazy.
yeah,
Yeah, and
so
then
but
he's running with half the starters anyway. So like he'll run with Brunson or he'll run with Cat or he'll run with whoever. Like he fits. He fits because they don't run no plays for him. So you know what I'm saying? All he has to do is make sure he sets a mean pick on the dribble handoff, and like that's it. Imagine Cat throwing lobs to Mitch come on, dogs.
yeah,
That's nasty work. That is nasty work.
But
So
imagine and we need to see it are two different things.
right.
But we talked about we brought Philly sports into this. Let's get our official predictions in. Tyrone made his last week. He's not here this week. So TJ, we'll start with you.
Well, I saw how much Casey struggled against the run last week, and that was very concerning because James Cook is a good runner, but he's no Saquon. And if Saquon gets half the opportunities that James Cook had to run all over the field, it's a wrap. It's just as can Philly's defense put up enough muster to get a stop when they need to? Because Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. And like JG said, Patrick Mahomes and the refs are real good people. That's a tough bill to beat. So is Philly defense good enough to get a stop when they need to? They need some 3 and outs. If they don't get any 3 and outs, it's gonna be a long day. It's gonna be a long day. But I like Philly has more weapons on offense and a better defense than KC, so I'm going with Philly.
Oh man, where'd O go?
I'm here. I'll
Oh,
be right
okay.
back. Give me a minute.
All right, so you go, Jay.
All right. Oh, you muted me. You muted, man. Um,
Yeah, my bad. I would say we was gonna go to UO, but he decided to go get the ice.
My bad, man.
it's,
Yo, I'm here. I'm here.
it's Red Cup Sunday for O, man. You know how it
Yeah,
goes.
man. Every
Yeah,
Sunday's
word.
Red Cup Sunday, man.
I gotta come kick it with you, man.
But nah, man. I think the biggest matchup that everyone, well, us here are going to be watching is going to be the Saquon Barkley versus Chiefs run defense. You know what I'm saying? And this dude, like you said, TJ, James Cooks gave him fits last week. Um, but yeah, Saquon Barkley is a different beast, man.
You know what's weird? Oh, because nobody talks about KC's defense, right? And it's a bunch of no name dudes, and they get stops all the damn. I'm
And
like,
Chris
yo,
Jones.
yeah, Chris Jones, but like, I don't know their secondary like that. Are they really shutting wide receivers down like that? Are they shutting tight ends down like Spagnuolo is a hell of a defensive coordinator, but you need the personnel to make it work. I
Hmm.
don't know how they make that defense work.
Because you need everybody to buy into the system.
Nah.
True. Yeah.
Having
That's
said
what,
that, man,
And game planning.
I'm 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 going with this guy. I'm not gonna say the name. I'm going I'm going with this guy, man. It's gonna be entertaining though. It's gonna be an entertaining game, I think, man. Not one for FanDuel, unless you betting on Barkley as an anytime touchdown scorer.
oh yes.
Yeah, please,
But
please bet against us. Oh, with your luck, it'll be right on my side. So please bet against us.
damn you. Boy, I'm about to put the FanDuels down, boy. All right. Eagles. I got the Eagles, man. Damn.
Damn.
That shit was hard to say, wasn't
Yeah, it was,
it?
man.
Well, I'll get mine
It's,
out of the way and then Jamal can go because y'all
that's
already
okay.
know. I'm not
You got it up.
picking.
Go
I'm
ahead.
not picking. If for me to be, for me to sit back and wait this far to say, yeah, my team is gonna lose is asinine. It's asinine. Will we get them three and outs that TJ says we need? Absolutely. I think this game, though, this time around, is going to be at the opportune times, not inopportune times. And we're going to convert. I think every time we do get a three and out, we're going to convert at least 70% of them. I'm saying at least 70% of them. I will
Mm,
say Jake Elliott is going to miss one extra point, maybe a field goal.
Jesus.
But when he does that, we win, and we've been winning all year. Every time he's missed something, but he's definitely gonna miss something this year. Um, Saquon is gonna have one of those explosive 50 to 60 yard runs, at least one this game. It may or may not go for a score, but he's gonna get one. Saquon is gonna be the threat. Jalen Hurts is going to be the absolute difference maker offensively this week. And normally I don't talk the quarterback position solo like that, but this guy, he just something about him this year. He just gets it. Even
With his
though,
bad
even
wheel. With his
yeah,
bad wheel.
which we're gonna be rested. That's why, like, I made the mistake and said, "Oh, a healthy Gainwell, like Kenny Gainwell, hopefully should have his wheels back and his senses back this week, this coming week." And he's a backfield receiving threat and or second pace, different pace running back that also has been going for positive yards when he touches the ball. Um, as long as they don't try to force feed AJ Brown the ball, offensively we're going to be just fine. But I do think this year defensively. This ain't the same defense that KC seen the last time. Like I tried to say last week, this is not the same defense that KC seen the last time. Bend don't break has got us through a lot of different scenarios this year, and the offense capitalized because Saquon has been that much of a threat that you have to answer for everybody else. Dallas Goddard is going to have close to a 100-yard receiving game because the clamps might be put down on everybody else. Devontae is going to be the sure hands guy that he's been all year and pop a couple 15 to 20-yard receiving catches but in spots where needed, in spots where we feel like we're down and out, third down and fucking 9, third and 11. We're going to we're he's going to be a big difference maker in this equation also. Like I said, AJ may have a quiet game, but I think we make it up via the depth, the same depth that Jamal's been talking about all year. I think we make it up with the depth of the rest of our other players, and yeah, it's going to be a Philly win. I'm not going to call a score. I do want to say by at least 7 to 10, but I'll take it even if it's by 3 because we're still up. But I do think this is going to be and again, Pat's going to be running a lot with his wet diaper run. You know, he runs like he got a shitty diaper, and he's going to do that a lot this year. This game. Is he going
That's
to get the
big,
ball
though.
out?
That's big for them because when he scrambles, shit opens up, man.
Literally with the shitty diaper run. But nah, this Chiefs team, this Chiefs team has not seen a team this good all year. Buffalo was supposed to beat them niggas last week, and it almost happened. But it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same. They're not going to. They're going to have to put us in a position where we're slowing them down in playing catch up. Them playing catch up. I don't think it's going to be us in the position that Buffalo was in last week. So Philly win, Super Bowl champs. I see it, but if we lose, I ain't going to be hurt. I'm really not going to be hurt. I'm not going to be hurt because with a Saquon Barkley and we got him sewn up for a few more years, Jamal, I think we're going to be fine.
Word. I'm gonna just yeah, I gotta take that hate out my heart and be objective about this situation for this game, which is why I'm picking KC and Andy Reid.
Now I felt you was going that way, and funny enough,
Nah,
I listened to our last 2 episodes.
nah,
I
I'm fucking
listened
with
to our last 2 episodes, and you've been riding with my Eagles all year.
they're too much. They're too much, man. Um, it would have to be a masterful game day game plan by both Andy Reid and Steve Spags, which what O was saying about TJ, I can't remember which one of you guys was talking about their defense.
Yeah,
Their defense finds a way to get it done in big games. It's crazy.
yeah, it's crazy.
A 1 day game plan. They play out themselves. And I mean, that's all Super Bowl is 1 day game plan, but it's just too much. I mean, to shut down Saquon is a lot. And so your poison is shut down Saquon and force Jalen Hurts' team to beat you, but he got enough talent and weapons to do just that. So if they stack the box to stop Saquon, you're just gonna let that team march down the field on you all day and kill the clock. So yeah, I'm going with the Eagles, maybe by 10 points.
Interesting. And I mean, it's I can't even make jokes on y'all about it. The only thing I could say is thank y'all Giants for your support this year.
They
Because in
have to
some
win.
respects,
Yeah.
I know well that part, but I know y'all Giants fans also is just like And you mentioned it last week, Jamal. Like there would be nothing that would sting the Giants organization more than the
Yeah.
fan base, but the Giants organization. There would be nothing more that would sting them than watching Saquon win a Super Bowl.
All
And off year one for this for this type of situation to happen, for this whole setup, this whole scenario to play ourselves into a Super Bowl in Saquon's year one, this reads man on the ultimate mission. And that's a scary, scary thing to have to face when you got a guy who, this is barbershop level thinking. You got a guy who's going out there to say, "Oh, you didn't believe me?
right.
Fuck my old team. I'm gonna show you,
And
and I'm gonna show you on the biggest level of the biggest fucking stage there is."
fam, and that's the only thing that's going to make that organization, Giants organization, really make drastic changes because he's done everything right, man. He's been a model citizen. He's a dope dude. He's given everything for the team and whatever. He deserves this win, and the Giants front office deserves to watch their arch enemies win. And
Crazy.
the fan base deserves to give a double salute to the Giants front office.
And who was it? It was John Mara who said, "Yo, I won't be able to sleep at night seeing Saquon in the Eagles uniform."
Good, tell the team though. Give us
He
another family
he
member.
he won't be able to sleep for the rest of his life. He gonna be in the bed just eyes wide open until he expires.
Yeah, that's what happens. So
So like normal
No,
Star Power
that won't be
tradition.
long. That won't be long.
Tyrone was the one outlier.
he chose the Chiefs.
Yeah, he chose the Chiefs last week,
Okay.
but
I mean, it's like you said. Can you we uh Casey's defense always shows up during a big game, and now it's on Philly's defense to get stops. That's what it's going to boil down to. That's what it really is going to boil down to. Yeah, they got weapons, and both quarterbacks are nice. Can Philly's defense get the stops and not Casey take long ass drives to eat the clock to keep the ball out of the Eagles' hands? One,
Yeah.
but
and
the
can
Chiefs need that in reverse though,
right? That's
because
what I'm
you were
about to
saying,
say.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is Saquon going to run off these huge chunks and flip the field? You know what I'm saying? And just keep methodically marching down. So that's what it. I'm not worried about the quarterbacks play or the wide receivers play. I'm just watching the defense in this game because it's a challenge. It's a big challenge for both teams. It's more of a bigger challenge for KC than it is for Philly. But Philly, you can't be sleep at the wheel. Patrick Mahomes is a dangerous man. You know what I'm saying? Like he's very intelligent. It's hard to blitz him. You know what I'm saying? He's seen damn near every coverage there is. Like and he's got a safety blanket, Kelsey out there. So like you got to be on your P's and Q's. Like it's not for the fuck around
He didn't
when
even
you're
use
on
him.
defense.
He didn't even use him the last game, which is crazy.
That's crazy.
That's the thing, and I think maybe if there's a caveat, is that we are not looking at Patrick Mahomes the same way we're looking at Saquon Barkley.
Right.
Um, so and Kelsey and whatever. So on paper, it's going to come down to Kansas City has to outcoach Philadelphia. That is Philadelphia's only weakness is they can't be outcoached by Kansas City. That's the only.
Mm.
That's the only thing. On the field, on the chessboard, nah. Eagles. I mean,
Is Sirianni that guy?
But it's not just Sirianni because I
it's
just
Fangio.
as soon as you just said that, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Fangio. Yeah.
Look
But
at
I,
who
I
look at who Vic Fangio stopped this year. What we did to Baltimore or Baltimore.
Baltimore.
No T. No T.
Yeah,
What we did to Josh Allen earlier this year. How we did Jordan Love twice. Twice.
You're
how
talking
we
about
did
players,
the
though. You're
Bengals,
talking about players. You're not talking about coaches.
but we
It's
did
going to be
how we
Vic
did.
Fangio versus Andy Reid, not Vic Fangio versus Pat Mahomes.
No, it's
Mm.
but so flip it to flip so then you can insert coaches' names into those same scenarios in them some same situations.
And I got
Insert
you.
coaches' names
Mhm.
because all of those teams that I've mentioned, with the exception of the Bengals this year, they did something. They made it somewhere. They got to where they were supposed to get to. The two teams should have. I mean, it should have been a Eagles, Ravens or Eagles Bills Super Bowl,
All right.
and the Chiefs did them dirty. The Bills usually do the Chiefs dirty at least once a season in the regular season.
Yep.
Usually, but that's not what the case is right now. That's all done and
Mm-hmm.
out the window. That's why I say you look at what Vic Fangio did to these other coaches who have these MVP caliber, MVP, top three running MVP names this season.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
With the exception, Jordan Love wasn't in that MVP talk, but we took him out of the first game. He came back, had a hell of a season, and then we whooped on him in the playoff. And we beat up on him in the playoff. We took out the freaking superstar, should be rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year, and Jaden Daniels last week. But everybody would say, "Oh, it's the Commanders. It's the Commanders. Who the fuck were they?" No, the
No,
Commanders were a
that's a good win.
double-digit win team
That's a good win.
who was one game off of a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
So
get your point, man, but still, just remember if you insert those coaches, which one of those is Andy Reid, or it comes
yeah,
close to Andy Reid?
under
That's
fucking stood.
and that is the only caveat in this game. Everything else, if you look at 9 out of 10 categories, 8 out of 10 favors the Eagles. And that's just the way. That's the fact of what it is. And I'm still picking the win. I'm just saying. I guess what I'm saying is that my only way I can see Kansas City winning is the coaching. That's their only shot. They have to
Right.
outcoach those guys. That's it.
And
Otherwise,
and the flip side to you, Jamal, once is has an Andy Reid saying a Vic Fangio this year? And that
I
answer
mean,
is no.
yeah, but
He hasn't
I don't
he
think it's a
hasn't
problem,
seen a
man.
he hasn't seen a Jalen Carter or Zach Bond. He hasn't seen this. He
Yeah,
too. So I get I'm on we're on the same side, but I'm just displaying how this it goes both ways this time. The difference is Andy Reid's track record got the Super Bowl wins already.
there's not much here to see. So in my mind, the way to this is Andy Reid, Vic Fangio.
I understand.
It's not that Vic Fangio is the type of coordinator that Andy Reid's never had the game plan against. He's probably he's game planned against better, but what Andy doesn't have is he doesn't have the offense this year like that they.
This is
Here
what Brian
we go.
said.
Yeah, exactly.
Brian said KC isn't the
Yeah,
feared offensive team they have
right,
been the past few
right.
years, and their defense can't. He meant to say can't stop a run to save their lives.
Can't stop
But
a run,
even
and and
even
and and their run
even last
offense
year,
is almost
yeah, yeah, non-existent.
yeah,
So
non-existent. I
so
mean, also too, we no one has really mentioned that Kansas City is under a hell of a lot of pressure. Being a
Three-peat.
Super Bowl winner, and like that is gonna play a huge
I
part.
don't I don't think they see it as that.
no, man,
I don't
they
think
see
they
it as
say
experience, bro. They see
yeah,
it as experience.
Yeah.
yeah. They've been to the
Uh,
game twice now and won, and this is just another shot at the
no,
grill. Like they don't care if they
no.
win three in a row is
It,
a nice brag, but
it's a nice
They
brag, but they're about
yeah,
collecting chips. I think the
yeah,
pressure zone actually hurts because you don't want to lose 2 Super Bowls in 3 years with
yeah,
the pressure on that team. That
right.
there's more pressure on Philly. Kansas City can lose this, and they're not going to get booed when they come back home. You know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah, well,
Yeah.
Philly's
yeah,
different.
I can see that though, but again, y'all know my level of fandom. I don't see the pressure because that pressure has been quote unquote on us all year, and we've thrived and survived through all of it. All of it. Remember, Niggas was screaming, my coach should be fired, traded, gone.
They still
At
say
the
if you don't win the Super Bowl, he's getting fired.
Dog, that was fun. That was homegrown. That was the biggest thing.
Yeah.
People young. That was all in town.
Yeah, they still
Right.
talking about if
Because
you
I
don't
live
win
out
this
here,
game,
so
he's
yeah.
getting fired.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's insane.
And I believe if he loses the Super Bowl, I think he's gone.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
I think he's
which
gone
is
if they lose.
insanity.
It's
Which
absolute
is
insanity. It's
it be-
absolute insanity.
because who? Like I said, that when we had this conversation, it was what around week 4 when it got hot and we were 2-2. I said for who? Bill
Kellen Moore.
Belichick just took a job in fucking North Carolina, so that's out.
Yeah. Back then they wanted to push Kellen Moore up. Back then.
Right, which I wouldn't be mad at.
Mhm.
I wouldn't be mad at, but Kellen Moore, just if he wants to keep Vic Fangio, do that because he's done great. He would have to bring in one hell of a defensive coach if he wanted to exit him out.
Mhm.
I think they
Sure.
just want to change the head coach. The
Yeah.
other coaches around, I don't think will be affected. You guys got a great offensive line. You guys got
Yeah.
a great coordinator. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the defense.
Yeah.
I mean, Philly, man, they're just fickle people, man.
Just have to be objective. Dan. Again, the Eagles are going to win. Just to be totally objective, so we don't have all the eggs in one basket. We got to look at it the other way, as if there's a possibility, that they can't win because just to cover our bases.
Listen, if we're back here next week talking about, I can't believe Kansas City won that game.
Yeah, we're gonna look bad, man. So that's why we got. I don't want to pull.
End of the day, we're betting. We're all betting against Mahomes, which is never a good bet, man.
That's why I'm saying the shit I am because I listen to my own bullshit come out of my mouth. I say, wait a minute.
It's still Mahomes.
Yeah, well, we've said that about Tom Brady how many times?
Mm-hmm.
And Tom Brady has lost Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And lost a few. Yeah, he won 7.
He lost.
He lost to y'all Giants.
Twice.
2 times.
Never forget
Right.
that. Twice.
Right.
The first time
Never
I
forget.
couldn't believe what I was watching. The second time I felt we were going to beat them.
Listen,
Actually,
the first time was
better chance.
definitely
Yeah.
a miracle.
Yeah.
The second time
I was like, nah, we got them.
we confident. Yeah, we
Yeah.
confident.
No, dude. This should be a parade for Philly. This should be a parade.
It will
Philly
be an
been going
entertaining
through
game,
it right now. Yeah.
It will be an entertaining game. There'll be some nail biting here or there. There's going to be some play calling, like you said, Jay. There's going to be some play calling that's going to you're going to have to stick your chest out. You know what I'm saying? Are you a man on this down right in this series right here or not? You know what I'm saying? This is going to be a make or break moment because this is going to change momentum of the game. So,
The other thing is like
get off the pot.
It could be a knockout punch too, man, because the Eagles, the way they ran through the Commanders like that,
Yeah, they can put them away early.
Their confidence is high, and like if you think about it, who saw Tampa Bay running the Kansas City like that a few years back? In that Super Bowl, who saw them blowing them out like that too? So
well, Kansas City had a their offensive line was decimated.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's true. That's true. That's kind of how I feel about this year's team. I just don't, I don't think this year's team is as good as some of the other teams. Although last year's team I didn't think was that great. It was as good as they were.
Listen, I thought San Fran was going to run through them boys because of how good they played throughout the
Christian
year.
McCaffrey was.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to run
through him. And then all of a sudden, Casey's got defense, like real defense. They're stopping everything. Like
Spagnuolo.
I just couldn't understand it, man. I couldn't understand.
Oh man. No,
listen, man. Philly needs it, man. Philly needs this win, man.
The city needs it. They just
the city needs it.
Plane crash shit and everything else is going on over there.
Which that's right where we was going to next.
Yeah. They exist in a state that once again didn't do their job in November, and
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So yeah. I'm sorry, but
And Jamal, and I don't put See, yes, I don't put that on the city of Philadelphia. That's
No.
why you so smartly said the state put them in this position that we are in now,
Hmm.
which the
They
orange
need something.
Cheeto in charge, this man tried to go on an absolute firing spree. But then
I
go
just want to
back and
say, I'm sorry, Dan. I just want to come. I'm not cutting you off. I just want to say that this is the greatest president we've ever had. Elon Musk. It
no,
was a great idea
no, we're
to
not doing
to
that.
hire him. Yeah,
We're
yeah.
stand
I
we're
want to say
sta-
that.
we're standing
I'm
on our
also, by the way, I'm also a federal worker. So yeah, there's that.
yeah. Okay, my bad. All right. Yeah. We need our brother O to keep his job, please.
Well,
Thank you.
please, go Trump.
No. No, nigga, no.
That was
But
tough. That was tough. Go
yeah, you should have saved that for the end.
ahead.
But no,
Wow.
this guy just went on like the super and illegal firing, like he just made the rounds trying to fire every federal worker possible. And unfortunately, one of the hits that was quiet as kept until these plane crashes happened is that he got rid of the person who ran the FAA. And then as you learn more and more and more about the FAA and the flight traffic controllers and how they were working just like how New York COs work, just like how some of these schools, just like even department retail stores work. They've been going with the less is more model, and they've been having people do air traffic control in some of these towers by themselves, working 10 to 16-hour days by themselves. Some airports, which I've learned that there's an airport in San Diego, they said coming, I think it was as of, I think maybe yesterday or through this whole weekend, there might be not a single air traffic controller in a tower in an airport in San Diego, to where the pilots have to deal with the communications themselves.
That's crazy.
This fucking guy put us in this position. But what did he do? He decided to blame previous administrations who where none of this shit happened under. And he decided to blame what? What's the new word for nigga that they using?
DEI.
Yeah.
D nigga,
DEI.
E nigga, I nigga.
Nigga, that's it. That's it. How do you spell nigga in their words? DEI. And I say all that to bring that word up to just say this, and then we'll get back to these horrific crashes and stuff. They try and they fight so hard to not get looked at as a racist, but they're still acting like it. You don't have to call us a nigga to our faces to know that you're a racist.
Mhm.
But that's how they're acting by throwing out this word DEI all the time because of diverse situations. And then, yeah, Jamal, I seen somebody did a video about the federal study on who benefited the most from DEI, and we were at the bottom.
That's right.
All the way at the
Na-
bottom.
Native Americans benefited more from diversity and equity programs than us.
Hmm.
Who's the number
LGBT,
one though, Dan? Who's the number one though, Dan?
actually, Jamal, you say it
Get your
again
The white
W's
women.
up.
this week.
Get
White
your
white women.
W's up. Get your W's up. Put
White
the
women.
put
Yeah.
the W's up, bro.
And it ain't
That's
Wu
right.
Tang.
It ain't Wu
Hmm.
Tang. It ain't Wu Tang, but it is a clan. It is a clan.
They
So, like, go
White,
ahead.
white women.
yeah, it's just but that stuff, low information plays well with dumb voters. And you see his block of voters. They don't know that the people that vote for him are afraid and immune to nuance. Nothing is. They need things simple, black or white. If there's anything where it requires you to use brain horsepower, they don't want anything to do with it because facts are scary to them.
Yeah.
You know, or they don't have the ability. They don't have the capacity to actually process information or understand things in nuance. It's got to be one or the other for them because that's the way they like to live their life. Make it easy on them. And the thing is, if you live it and you breathe and you know this fucking life is not easy no matter what. You know,
You know,
there's
I
good,
think
there's bad, and that.
I think you know the term when that woman used that term alternative facts all those years ago, we
Oh,
should have
Kellyanne
seen
Conway.
right. We should Kellyanne, right. We should have
They should
seen
have pushed her off a bridge. Are you kidding?
we should have seen that downward trajectory, you know, to where we are now. Because like
Mhm.
I was just saying, it's facts is no more the
The
main
standard. It's not the
standard.
standard. It's
Correct.
not. It's not the standard anymore.
Right. You know, it's black and white is not the yo. I mean, are you kidding me? Like, what are we talking about here?
But
No.
we did see this. We did call this out, and I'm not just
We
talking
did.
specific. Just I'm not talking specifically this show, our show. The the Met, our people have recognized this. We've recognized this a long time ago, but it goes right back to what Jamal mentioned. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. Why? Because they ain't us. And when they consistently get reminded, hey, well, at least you're not a black person in America or a person of color in America, you're going to be just fine. Meanwhile, they're getting trampled over just as much as us. We've mentioned some last week, but we've been seeing more. The people worried about I seen this white woman who was crying about Trump, but was sad that her SNAP benefits got frozen and
Hmm.
was
Listen.
pissed that SNAP benefits. I just watched the video this morning, excuse me, about a city in Kentucky, and they went to this one school in Kentucky. The entire damn near the entire town, I said 85% plus, maybe more, voted for Donald Trump. They talked to the woman who ran this school, voted for Donald Trump, but didn't see any of this shit happening to them. The woefully ignorant line went straight in her face and hit her right in her face. And why? Because her school ran off of federal funding and governmental
Part of
funding.
that, she didn't know that. I'm sure she
And
didn't know that.
she probably, no, she had to have, because
Yeah.
they walked her from room to room and was just like, so this, everything in this room, where did the money come from? Came from federal funds.
And
It came from
listen,
donation. It came from this. It came from that. It came from everybody. But so now, guess what? Now, because he wants to bring it back to the States, in that poor ass city, in that poor ass fucking town, that school now, they're saying, oh, class sizes are going to increase and this and that. No, fuck the class. How about your school is probably going to close?
it's
Because
going to
how are you
close.
now going to be able to afford this shit?
It's going to
which
close, and
which
it's
which then ties back to more and more kids being lesser educated, which those people, they don't fucking mind that these kids are lesser educated. Why? Are you teaching them by the Bible?
Hmm.
If they were teaching them by the Bible, well, then everybody got to have a Bible in their school. Everybody got to have the Ten Commandments in their school. You know what
listen.
I'm saying? They want lesser educated people in this country. And they won by way of them small little pocket West motherfuck cities in these fucking red states.
Yep.
Listen, I said this a long time ago. Cognitive dissonance is the biggest disease in this country. All right? Because you know it's wrong, you've seen it's wrong, and the facts do not matter. You're still gonna vote the way you're gonna vote. So don't start crying. I saw somebody post. She was like, "Oh, I voted for Donald Trump. The decision's been made. I can't have this country run the way it is." And then
Uh-huh.
and then they showed another tweet about her, and she was like, "Why aren't the Democrats doing anything? Why aren't they saying anything? What are they doing to stop this?" I was like, "No, The vote has been made. It's your decision. Now you have to live with it. You
Well,
made
yo,
this.
I
You
would,
made the shit cake. Now you got to eat it. Eat it.
I'll be
Eat
honest
it.
with you. I would give a standing ovation, man. If one person, if they were to show one person that said, "Yo, I did not vote for this person. I did not vote Democrat because it was a black woman," because that was the only reason why it didn't happen, man. You
Listen,
know,
no. It didn't happen because
Hillary lost, right? Because for one, the whole FBI thing, with James Comey,
Jamal.
Yeah.
and then
It didn't happen because the Democrats were too stubborn to kick Joe out from the beginning. From the beginning, he should have never ran again and let some legit people come into the game. Not this 5 minutes ago bullshit that we just did.
right.
Let it really run its course, and we
So
would have had a
you saying it was
different
too late?
outcome. It was way too late, bro.
But
And
really,
yeah,
reality, TJ. Go ahead,
yeah,
Jamal. I'm gonna make my point, and then we'll get
yeah.
to loose comment.
The funky shit is in retrospect. If he would have ran, he probably would have won because he was a man. Because he was a
Nah,
white
he
man.
was going to get washed. He was going to get
Man,
washed.
Nah,
she got washed. She got
Yeah,
washed.
he would have got washed the
She
same
got
way.
washed. So I think he would have won, dude. And
nah.
this dude won with less votes than he got last time. So nobody really wanted to put this dude in.
Yo, but nobody wanted Joe Biden,
Not
even on the
even
blue
our
side,
party. Yeah,
That's what
even
they
on the
say.
blue side.
And on the blue
That
side,
that
they didn't want Kamala either, obviously. On the blue
But,
side.
well, no, well, but again,
That's why
the
I don't
the
believe shit anymore. I don't believe
the
any of it. Yeah.
anti Kamala thing. I'm going to say it again. It was racism and it was hate towards women. Because straight up and down, how many men especially black men, said, I don't want no woman leading?
yep,
There were
Mhm.
too many who were
yep.
open and vocal. Because let's keep it real. They did what they did when they did it with pushing out Joe for Kamala, but the energy, the timing of the energy, honestly, in my opinion, couldn't have been better because it felt fresh all the way till election day.
Hmm.
And that's the level of energy that you don't normally get for most of these candidates
Well, you know
where
why
you
the
got
energy
consistent fresh
I'm
energy.
here, real quick. You know why the energy was like that? Because they sent Trump and a whole Republican Party scrambling because it was a younger person,
Right,
and they never followed up that wave. They
right.
never rode that wave all the way to the end, bro. They should have been pushing that shit all the way. They let the
Which
Republicans get their feet under them, and
the
it was a wrap.
push And
okay.
because the push that they used, I'm sorry, the push that they used it was, do you want this fascist in office? Do you want this openly racist bigot in office? And
And they say, yes.
people were trying to turn and say, oh, but the policies, she didn't talk enough about policies. To be honest with you, she didn't need to talk about policies because everything that was being talked about is was true on day one.
Hmm.
Openly racist, bigot, fascist. And he's running the same playbook that the Nazis ran all these years ago. And it's happening right now. But then niggas is gonna sit back and still tell you, yeah, but I didn't want a woman leading this country.
Yeah. I was gonna say that Biden's team, man, they really failed him because if you look at that debate, that happened, that was the end of his political career. You know,
Absolutely.
yeah, right. And so, and maybe a couple of days later, after they said that that Kamala was gonna take his place, you saw how he gave a speech, and it was a totally different person. So I'm like, yo, I don't know, whatever pills he took, or whatever, it was. How come they no one prepared him? Because if that was the same Joe Biden that was at that debate, from days later, we wouldn't be having this conversation. He would have been. He would
But the
have. He would have been
difference,
second in
see,
office.
the difference though, because I watched that debate in full, even though Joe mumbled some answers and fumbled in some of his responses, Joe still was coherent enough to answer the fucking question that was asked. He didn't deflect the question.
I
Did
don't
he
blame.
mumble and stumble? Yeah. But he didn't deflect the fucking question that was asked. Donald Trump played Matumbo the whole thing, the whole way through,
Yeah,
and was swatting everything away,
well,
swatting all them
that's yeah.
questions away.
That was his mo from the first time. Like
Yeah,
nothing's changed with Trump. So you know what you're
nothing,
getting.
nothing,
You know,
nothing. And he galvanized all of these people to vote for him because why? Because a lot of, to Jamal's credit, the misinformed, all they wanted to do is just, yeah, fuck you, liberals, fuck you. Meanwhile, those same people live the most liberal lifestyle that there is. They just vote conservatively because they want to be on the team and this fuck the other side. But
Yeah.
rest in peace. Again, condolences and rest in peace to everybody who lost their lives in those plane crashes. Which, hey, Trump fans, guess what? It's your emperor's fault now.
Hmm.
He was there trying to blame Biden and blame Obama policies, whatever, whatever. All these policies that had been in effect were in effect when he was in office the first time. Nothing's changed until you changed it. And just like which again, the immigration situation that we're going through with this motherfucker now. Lou says, what I don't get is when they are done deporting Hispanics, what makes people think they aren't going to stop there? They don't think that this MAGA group won't find a reason to move on to other races. Guess what, Lou? Though I agree. But guess what's going to happen, Lou? Nothing. And why I say that is because let's remember all them Ukrainians that came in during their war that are currently chilling in Brooklyn. Now, shouts out to the ones that been here. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to my former partner at work and all that. You know, been citizens in this country for a long time. But let's remember, weren't they trying to fast forward citizenship for a lot of them, Jamal? During the UK, the Russia Ukrainian
Oh yeah,
turmoil that was
they
happening.
of course in Florida too, and just in general. ICE isn't raiding those neighborhoods. ICE is not in Brighton Beach, bro. Those places like that. You know what I mean? So I mean, immigration is always, just like everything else, has always been about race. Resistance to immigration, I should say, has always been, a lot of it has been about race and what they determine that immigrants or um, migrants look like. Typically, the stereotype is just brown
Yep.
and browner, right?
Yep.
So what they it's all buzzword, it's all code, because they can't just come out and just say, hey, we're bigots, we don't want these people here. They're getting closer to doing it, but as you see, what's going on is, and just the policies across the board is just targeted racism. Like, why do you have to get rid of teaching about the Tuskegee Airmen in the Air Force? How is that causing a problem, right? Why do you have to get rid of Martin Luther King Day, observing Martin Luther King Day in federal facilities and federal institutions? Why?
There's several federal groups that already are denouncing Black History Month and aren't celebrating it.
Yeah, why? Why? So that's just based on race. How is that affecting the functioning of the country, right? How are you blaming a plane crash when you come in and your benefactor who financed your run for president has a beef with the FAA, excuse me, and gets rid of a bunch of people in charge, and I think sacks a bunch of air traffic controllers, right? Then you have a crash and you blame DEI. I'm still waiting for them to see which pilot of any craft was the recipient of DEI?
Mind
That's the
you,
most, that's the most merit-based system you can get into.
Right,
yo, the level of training I learned that they have to go through
for sure.
to be air traffic controller.
Hmm.
It takes it's not something you could just hop in. Let me apply for this job on monster.com
Yeah,
and get in there, put my resume in. No,
yeah.
you have to go through federal training for almost over a year
That is a
before you
tough
can go
fucking
intern.
job. That is an insane job, right? To go through. They've been understaffed. They've been understaffed for decades. It's a highly stressful job. Um, and they blaming this guy blaming the plane. It just that's going to be his answer for everything. It's targeted racism, no matter what. It's DEI did it. So they're making it think that there was these either women or brown pilots. Has anybody heard the demographics of the pilots who flew either the Black Hawk helicopter or the
I
airplane?
was about to add that in, Jamal.
I'm still
The
waiting for
pilot, the pilot of the plane and the
Cocaine White.
pilot of there you go, of both aircrafts, the
I'm still
plane
waiting
and the
for the
Black Hawk.
DEI part about it. Yeah, where's the DEI come in? I'm still waiting for that.
You know they wanted to call it the Nigger Hawk plane,
Right. So
the Nigger Hawk
so
aircraft, the helicopter.
you get it. This is all Project 2025 shit. So no matter what happens, but as we said several times on this show and forever, and we have the proof because these guys were in office before. They have no ability to govern or run an institution at all. They don't have the skill set. They don't have the mindset. So it's not a coincidence that we've had these two plane crashes as soon when they come in. It didn't happen under the old senile guy who was in there before, right? So we see what happens when there's disasters with them. They can't manage, right? You see, we saw what happened with COVID and everything else, right?
Yeah.
So
Yo,
this is what it's going to be like, and this dude is running around picking fights with friends, what bullies do, picking fights on smaller people, or people he don't need to pick a fight with. He's picking a fight with Canada
Mexico.
with Mexico
We gonna
because
get there in a second. We gonna get there
I'll
in a
go for it.
second.
Yeah,
We
go
gonna
for it.
get
Yeah.
there in a
Yo,
second.
this is the
Hey,
first
Before I go on
month.
the rant,
This is
yeah,
the
go ahead.
first month of 4 years, man.
They ain't gonna make it. They ain't gonna make it 4 years.
we hope that it's only. I'm gonna keep repeating that. We hope that it's only 4 years.
Okay, so
Right.
Go ahead, TJ.
one person says we hope it's 4 years. The other one says they ain't gonna make it 4 years. So
Oh,
we gonna see, man. I'm about
they're
to
gonna
hit
break the
FanDuel up
car.
again. I'm about to hit FanDuel up again. See what's up.
no, it's what do you think is going to happen when he gets rid of FEMA and the Board of Ed, bro? What do you think is going to happen when he says we're going to leave it to the states? Florida's going to get that hurricane. Tornado Alley
Mm.
is going to be just destroying shit. Who you asking
Florida's
for
gonna
money?
get one. Florida's gonna
Who you
get
asking?
federal money because they supported Donald Trump, and
Nah.
because Trump got property there. They're going to support them.
What about Ohio, Kentucky, Mississippi, all Nebraska, Kansas, all that shit in Tornado Alley, bro? When them tornadoes hit that time of year. Who are you asking for money? You're not asking New York for money. You better not be asking Cali. They got their own shit going
Yeah, we
on
got our
up
own
there.
problems, man.
Yeah. Texas, they don't like nobody unless you're from Texas. Good luck with that.
It's
The
funny. It's
government,
yo, TJ. I'm sorry. It's funny you brought up Texas, right? I didn't even realize this shit till I saw a full picture of this dude. And we talking about DEI.
Governor Hot Wheels.
Ain't this
yeah,
nigga in a wheelchair?
yeah, yeah. Yes, he is.
He
Yes, he is.
deserves that
What the
for
fuck?
the
Yeah.
Does he
shit
know
he
what
did.
DEI is?
And he be talking hot shit too. He be talking hot shit.
Governor Hot
He,
Wheels.
he can't he can't stop. Can't
Nah,
stop running his mouth.
nah. You know why? Because he's tired of being pushed around.
Oh, oh.
No pun intended.
All pun intended.
You want to talk about DEI?
Yeah,
That motherfucker.
Mhm.
yeah.
Wait, I'm saying, wait till federal government starts saying, hey, wheelchair accessibility falls under diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Uh,
Listen, I'm surprised Trump hasn't made fun of him yet.
Oh, he probably that's
Walk,
coming.
stand up to my face and say it. I want you to look me in the eye. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's just like when he gets rid of these programs, it's not going to be the parade that you think it is. Yeah, we don't need the board of education. We don't need no FEMA. All right, karma's a motherfucker.
Yo, they have villainized that word. They have villainized the term DEI like they villainized the term woke.
Yes.
It's a bad word now in America, man. I
Yep.
mean, and I'm like, yo, hold up. So what's the difference between DEI and EEO and equal opportunity?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
There's no fucking difference.
There's no difference. All they see is black, black
Hmm.
people, nigga, nigga.
And we talking about
That's
we
all
you
they
know
see.
again we're talking about boycotting businesses, but shit, man, like Amazon, yo, is there anything other than Amazon that I can fuck with? Like, I can't fuck with Amazon, can't fuck with Target now. Walmart, they have Target is they got all the black owned products on sale.
Yeah.
Trying to get rid of I'm like, yo, wow. Yeah, we're gonna have to start pushing these black owned sites, man, and seeing where else we could spend our
We'll
money
never
and shit.
we'll never do that as a people.
But the problem now is the problem between all of that now is comes the tariff situation that was effective, I believe, as of today,
Mhm.
that we're now going to be under, or effective as of yesterday,
Yesterday.
where he's specifically placed tariffs against China, Mexico, Canada, and Mexico. That woman is already fighting back. China, China gonna be around regardless because Trump's products come from there anyway. He got the money to pay the extra bill that he's putting on it, so he's still gonna be good. But the best news that I've heard about this today is when it comes to Canada, because Canada is going to fight back with the tariff thing, and Trudeau has been talking that they might just directly target all products that came out
Red
of
State.
red states.
Yep.
Hmm.
Rutro. And that's when
So
Hot
out.
Wheels ran his mouth. You see that shit?
Mhm.
Hot Wheels was running his mouth about
Covering the Hot Wheels.
talking about Texas produces cotton. We'll get him on that. As if China and India and most of Asia don't produce 1,500 times more cotton for cheaper than Texas.
Yo.
Yeah,
That's
but
gonna be
they were talking no, like American alcohol and all the other things that America they buy from America, which isn't much, but they're going to apply them to any company that comes from a red state. So if New
Love
York
it.
produced something and we sent to Canada, New York is good.
Love it. Love it.
California
Love it.
is good. But Kentucky,
Alabama, Georgia, not so much.
Alabama, all of them, Mississippi, all of them. If y'all produce some shit that sends to Canada, just close up shop now because guess what? You're probably not going to be able to afford much anyway. Unless you
North.
get to pump it in the States, which, hey, if we're boycotting, let's pay attention to who we're buying these shits from. With the exception of we got to hold on to Uncle Nearest somehow, some way. We got, you know
Mm.
what I'm saying? We got to hold
Mm.
on to Uncle Nearest. But well, yeah, man, I'm loving that Canada's already given the instant karma. Mexico is going to smack the shit out of us, and then the
We get
fact that
so much
we
produce from Mexico. It's ridiculous, dogs.
number one,
Those are
I
love it.
learned that we get. Trump tried to say, "Oh, we got good wood here. We got great lumber. We got some the best." No, we get a bulk, if not all of our fucking lumber for
From Canada.
infrastructure from fucking Canada.
From
And
Canada.
then when I heard Trump say, "Oh, we got a ton of lumber here," all I heard was, "Well, here goes some national parks getting torn down."
Yep.
Meanwhile, when you do you do the work, like not homework, but like I watch a lot of like geographical videos and a lot of informational stuff about like land and stuff. And Canada has trees forever because a bulk of that country, I think I forgot the percentage of that country
I'm about.
is already inhabitable
I was about to say about 2/3 of it is uninhabitable.
because of trees, because of wildlife, because of okay, everything is coming back to America allegedly. Okay,
It'll
and
come
then
back
there,
and we'll be paying 3 times what we need to be paying for it.
exactly because guess what? I'm not gonna go fucking risk my life if you ain't paying me 150 to 200,000 an hour.
Listen,
I mean, not an hour, but you know what I mean, a year.
yeah,
Hmm.
listen. They ain't picking no strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, cherries,
Avocados, none of that shit.
avocados. They ain't doing no farm work. Midwest is done. You know what I'm saying? Cali's done. Florida's done. You got nobody to build this infrastructure for all these houses that burnt down in California.
Listen,
You
man.
got
I'm
nobody
yo
out here.
TJ.
Them,
I'm
them, them contractors are taken to the highest bidder and then going to be backlogged for years for the work that they got to do.
I'm not getting
Mind
out of
you,
my bed. I'm
union
not getting out of my bed for
union
no fifteen
workers.
dollars an hour, man.
I'm not getting out of my bed for unless it's 40 or better, dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm controlling the price. 40 or better. Talk to me.
Hmm.
and,
Full
and
benefit.
and like you said, TJ, okay, we're gonna bring these jobs back to America. Most of these places are union people. Most of these jobs are union jobs. And who do we have in office?
A union
The
buster.
number one union buster.
Yep.
The
Busters,
carpenters unions, the painters union, the tin knockers, the steel guys,
But
they're not giving that shit up.
but yo, okay, we know this, right? Us four know this, right? So how is it that we basically elected a union buster and his constituents, his followers, his base is all union. So how did this happen?
because racism, the one word that they don't want to openly say that they are. They are fucking racist.
So what you're
Because they
telling me,
want
what
this. What I'm telling you is what I said when MAGA came around the first time. Racist white male America. They want that back again. Like, again, thinking about the diversity, they want the ability to fucking go. They just dropped the what was it? Any what was it? Any the types of lawsuits, discrimination lawsuits in workplaces and stuff like that. And Lou says we get a lot of power electricity from Canada too, but allegedly we got the best. But yeah, let's keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep that party going. But like discrimination lawsuits and shit like that. I was saying when as soon as I heard that, like he's dropping all of those things to where you can't charge businesses or companies and stuff for discrimination anymore. They want the ability for old crusty white men who don't get none at home to walk around, slap the secretary on the ass, call women toots again in the office.
but
And you know what I'm saying? Like this is the era that they want again
uh, that
But
because they are
yeah, make
stupid.
America
Yes,
great.
that's
this is where
stupid,
they're gonna
stupid,
fall
Lou.
apart at. This is where they're gonna fall apart at because these old white men are gonna get smacked in the face, smoked by a husband. Something's happening, B. The repercussions are real this time around. Ain't no
Right,
skating for free.
right.
Ain't no
But the
skating.
difference is you slap that white man. Guess what? You're gonna get slapped.
Nah. The white man's got to be able to report he got slapped, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the reports are gonna go through. The reports are gonna go through. Like I
Listen,
said, yo, like what's gonna come? I'm telling you, I am fucking telling you now. There is going to be a month that is declared White History Month. I know
Oh,
it's coming.
it's in the
Just
works. They're
be
just trying to name it. Yeah, it's already in the
yo,
works.
it's going to come. But like we said, these people are so fucking stupid already as is. They don't realize 365 days out of the American calendar is their fucking month, day, year. This is how it's been historically. It's their
And
fucking day a year every fucking day
yo,
because they've
y'all,
always
yo,
succeeded. Oh, but let me stop. Go ahead.
y'all, y'all
Let me
saying
stop.
y'all saying y'all saying White History Month, man. I'm thinking Purge. Shit, Boy, yo, I'll be taking my vacation. I'll be taking my vacation. That whatever the month that is, yeah, I'm gonna be in the house, man.
Man, listen, yo, from the plane crashes, this administration, all of this shit, like I like I mentioned last week, TJ, when it was like, yo, don't take my vacations from me. Like this has a little like 0.5% of me in fear of traveling right now
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
and I got a lot of
because
that shit coming up too.
you know because because it's like I'm not one of those Americans, but I'm an American. And how are these places going to think about us? How are these places going
You
to
know
feel
what's
about
gonna
us?
save us? Because we don't
Skin
look
tone.
like the regular.
That's it.
Yeah,
Skin tone.
Yeah.
that's what's gonna
For
save us. We're gonna
for
blend
once,
in
we're
like the
working in that
rest of them.
country.
You know what I'm saying? The countries I'm
Which
visiting look more like me. You know what I'm
right?
saying? So I'm not gonna be worried about that because they
Uh,
know I'm going through the same bullshit there
And
along with
and
everybody else.
and your shade of skin tone, TJ, is what they fear that is on the way in this fucking country. It's inevitable.
They're afraid of the brownout.
It's inevitable.
The brownout is happening, bro. It's
Bringing the
happening.
earth, bringing the earth back to its original skin tone. It's inevitable. It's inevitable.
Yeah, it's just their last grasp at hope. But I don't know if we're still gonna not see these diversity commercials with the black husband and the white wife and the Asian dude with the white wife, and these commercials are still coming. Like they're still
They
out here.
can't they can't
Don't-
stop the change, and that's the thing about it is it's all a last grasp to hold on to something that still lives in their heads but doesn't exist anymore, and they're trying to terraform that shit, and it's not
It's not gonna
it's not
work.
gonna yeah, and they're doing too much too soon right now to try and force everything through, and they're gonna break the car before it even makes it down the street. So
Right. That's
um
why we said like brace ourselves in the best way
it's
possible for the
yeah.
collapse.
It's going to get real messed up for a hot minute. But you know who's going to suffer the most is red states because they don't got. Those are the states with no infrastructure. They don't got. They
You
don't
know
have
what?
working facilities. They don't have a pot to piss in and a window
You
throw
know
it out of.
what? And that's where it's gonna start at. That's where all the rioting bullshit is gonna start at. Because these
Of
people
course.
are gonna be like, "Hey, you promised us this, and now we ain't got nothing. We got nothing." So they're gonna try to steal from somebody else who has it. That's what they
But
quick
you,
to do. They quick to take somebody else's shit.
but you know how it's yeah, and where it's gonna start because great point with saying it's gonna happen in the red states. What do the red states have a lot of?
Guns.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Mhm.
it.
Where is
Pew
the
pew.
fighting gonna? Where the pew pews? Right? Where is
Mhm.
all this fight? But the real issue is going to be how is the fight going to start? And it's not going to be a pushback on the government. It's going to be a pushback on people who don't look like them first.
Yeah, they're gonna try
That's
to
gonna
take their shit because they living better than
They're
us.
gonna try.
that's
Yeah,
going
But
to be the first point. Then the next point will be, and this is unfortunate foresight into decades because this ain't going to be no overnight shit. That's going to be the first thing. Then if for some way they happen to succeed, the next step will be, well, wait a second. Why is my city government? We were told this is back to our states. Hey, governor, red governor, blue governor, it don't matter what political party you're under this time. How come this ain't happening for me? How come you're not doing for me? How come? And it's just it's gonna be a long domino effect, but they have to get hit by it the hardest.
yeah,
It's a domino that
It
they
will.
get punched in the face by the hardest. And they got to realize eventually it's going to have to take something that just snaps that trigger of
yeah,
y'all been telling us for years, for decades that oh we're gonna be fine because hey we ain't black people, we ain't people of color, but y'all are treating us just like how y'all wanted us to treat
yeah.
them.
They're gonna have a look in the mirror moment. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna
It's gonna
be
take and it's gonna take a mirror the size of the dome that Lord Jamar and other flat earthers think surround this earth.
I think that these with these federal workers getting hit, it's this the moment you guys are talking about. It's setting the path because a lot of these red states, they have a lot of federal workers, man. Because most of these posts and bases are in the red states. There's only what one maybe two bases in New York, in the state of New York. Jersey has Fort Dix and Andrews Air Force Base, and I think that's it. Most of them is down south. So a lot
Well,
of these
you
guys
mean
are gonna get hit.
like active
Active,
bases? Because
right,
we
right.
got Fort Wadsworth out here on
We
Staten
got
Island.
right, right.
Then
We
there's
got we got
Fort
Fort yeah,
Hamilton.
and Fort Totten, right. Fort Hamilton
Okay,
was what I was talking about as far as New
okay,
York.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Well, yeah,
and
you
I
didn't, yeah,
forgot about
because we ain't New York, right?
right.
Fort Wadsworth ain't New York, in
No,
Staten
no, no,
Island.
no, no, no. Fort
Now-
Fort Wadsworth, yeah, Fort Wadsworth, Staten Island, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, they do got an Air Force base up in Newburgh. You know what I'm saying? There's an Air Force base up in
Oh,
Newburgh.
I didn't
Yeah,
even
it
know that.
shares the
That's new to me.
airport. It shares the airport with commercial traffic. It's a
Okay,
huge Air Force base up there, and they do have like little outposts, but that's more like National Guard shit. You know what I'm saying?
right.
It's not.
right, right, right.
It's
But
not
the
a
point of
huge military base like you're
I was
saying.
just
Yeah,
clowning
right.
O for excluding Staten Island out of New
I
York.
no, I
yeah.
forgot, man. I wasn't I
Because Fort
wasn't.
Wadsworth is only right next to the Verrazano. I'm just
It,
saying.
it is. It is. I've never been there, but so I've been told. But nah, man, yo, they most of them is in red states. Like, okay, so I'm gonna give you guys I'm gonna give you a little insight of what's going on with me. I got hit directly with this whole thing with Trump with the federal workers and all of
Freeze.
that.
Yeah,
The freeze, right? Because I went ahead and put in for a job. I got the position and I'm waiting on my start date. I have my start date, and then boom, Trump hits me with the hits everybody with the freeze or whatever. Now, is it 100% his fault? No, because HR really dropped the ball on my whole situation. I got hired back in 2023, and HR's dropped the ball on it, and and
You
and
should have been in there,
I
pretty
should have
much.
been in there pretty much. But now this what happened with Trump. But you have people in Texas. I don't know if y'all heard about the story. This woman is a nurse.
oh yeah, she
She
moved the whole family.
Yeah, she moved her whole family
Yeah,
to another part of Texas.
yeah,
Moving them to get this job, and then
yeah,
she gets there and she finds out that her job's been rescinded.
yeah.
And she's like, "Yo, I voted for Trump," and I'm just like, "Yo, all right, where's the smallest violin so I can play it?" You know what I'm saying? Like, this is
Listen,
what you asked for.
listen.
He said he was going to do this.
He gave y'all a taste when he did the federal freezing of assets and their funding, right, to everything.
Mhm.
And he was like, "Oops," because people got up in arms within 5 minutes of that shit freezing, dogs. People was like, "Yo, what the fuck? What happened? My
Yep.
money? You stopping my money, dogs?" And he was like, "Yo, we cut off too many. We cut off too many water hoses. We got to turn the water back on immediately, like immediately, because
Mhm.
as soon as that shit happened, people was upset. It wasn't just his constituents. It was mad people he fucked over.
Yeah.
Everybody got fucked over. And now he realized if he even comes close to doing that again or start shutting shit down the way he thinks it is, he's going to have a real big problem on his hands. He thought January 6th was light, bro. Let me tell you, if he freezes the funding like he did again, let's see what happens.
And that's where you can have it next, Jamal. But that's where a January 6th incident would be valid. Not because your team lost the fucking Super Bowl. That's what January 6th was.
Mhm.
Their team lost the fucking national championship game. So let's go out into town and start flipping cars and burning shit. No, now you're fucking with the pockets, the livelihood, people being able to feed their families. That would be a January 6th type of moment that I can see us being front lines fighting for people because it's for something justified, not because our team lost.
Well, I think they're gonna turn on him sooner than later. because what he's not doing is there's not a single item on his agenda that's designed to help the majority of people who voted for him. Right? He's doing the agenda of the billionaires. So those guys already. What's been swept under the rug is the shit that Steve Bannon, that racist bigot bastard Steve Bannon's been saying, right? But he's saying all the shit the Democrats should have been saying. You know what I'm saying? With that stuff, and he's laying it out. He's laying it out there, out there for all the shit that Elon Musk or whatever. And I'm not saying go look up what Steve Bannon's saying because I don't want to give that motherfucker any traffic. But he is speaking facts on what all those billionaires have done and how they are doing. And that's Trump's whole agenda is for them to fleece the treasury. Meanwhile, the bulk of his constituency make up the largest block in the country that lives off the government.
That's the point I made. I tried to make it a little earlier.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, how did this happen?
You said, yeah, because they don't read the packaging. They look at the advertising in the box, but they don't read the ingredients behind
Was it in the Bible? If it wasn't in the Bible, they ain't get it.
That's why.
And they don't even read that right.
Here's why
we're not going there.
Just like these fucking dumbasses didn't know the difference between they hated Obamacare but didn't realize that they were on it. It's called the ACA.
Yep, the Affordable Care Act.
But they heard Obama. So when that shit goes away, they're gonna be
I don't want no care from no nigga.
Man, look. That's it. So they're living off that that shit, bro.
I can't count how many times I heard, I don't want Obamacare, but give me the Affordable Care Act. Like, wait, what?
Obama, so they it's all designed because they can't read and don't read the packaging and don't realize, look,
right.
This is it's gonna come back to whatever.
Trump
what is this high fructose dextrose?
Right.
What is
and Trump and Trump was like drain the swamp. We can't have all these money people in here, influence on our votes. And then he gets the richest motherfucker on the planet to back him to get where he needs to go.
How do you drain? It's what I've been saying. How do you drain what you are?
Damn.
He had them believe drain the swamp. Nigga he is the swamp.
He is the swamp. He's the enabler.
He is Swamp Thing.
What the fuck is a billionaire going to do for poor people?
Make more money.
That's it.
What the fuck is it? In order to be a billionaire, you have to do a lot of unsavory shit. You have to wake up, sleep, breathe, eat. Accumulation. Right?
Your moral
by any means necessary. Your moral compass is toast because you already have enough money than you'll ever be able to spend before you die, but you're still compelled to make more of that. So that person is not interested in giving and throwing pennies at the poor. There's a story about shit like this that's been around for a couple hundred years. It's called The Christmas Carol. It tells you everything you need to know.
and they want everybody to keep Christ in Christmas, right? So they should know that.
Jamal, you hit the nail on the fucking head, boy. I mean, that's basically what we're all arguing about. What we're all that.
If you elect Ebenezer Scrooge, what the fuck do you think is going to happen?
Mm-hmm. And this is before he got visited by the three ghosts.
Word. This ain't the reformed Scrooge,
or even for
the one who didn't give a fuck about Tiny Tim.
or even for simpler brains, this is Scrooge McDuck swimming in his gold coin pit.
Damn.
Worried about collecting more and not wanting to give shit to his nephews.
Yeah.
And that's just it, man. So they really not understanding exactly, what they've put themselves in and what they've done, because all these tariffs and all that stuff, it's gonna hit them first. They're the ones that were complaining about egg price and everything else. These tariffs are going to hit them first and harder. It's gonna hit them first.
You saw the tax cut plan, right? If you make under 100 grand, your taxes go up like $1,500.
Yeah.
If you make over 350, your taxes go down by like a couple hundred. And if you make over 1 million, your taxes go down by like I forgot how many thousands of dollars. It goes down.
Isn't
Mm.
this the same? Isn't this the same trickle down theory that that Reagan was talking about all
It's
those years
worse than
ago?
Reagan's. This
Allegedly.
is worse. This is just blatant theft now, and they
Yeah.
just they've depleted the population enough and made them unpolitically savvy and have such a low civic IQ enough. They finally achieved their goal where they know they can do anything they want, and these people right into people's face,
Yep.
and the people won't get it, you know, and they're not
Yep.
going to get it because it doesn't affect them because they can live their life in America blissfully aware. When you're black or brown or something else, you have to be aware of every second, every day of your life in this country, and they don't have that worry. So they get in hosed. They don't realize that there's nobody else left for billionaires to fleece but them,
Yeah,
because they already got all of us. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Hate the
What could it?
album or not, but Kanye did talk about new slaves on the
Hey,
Yeezus album.
mm, let's get to them. Let's get to the folks that voted for him and now victim and want to and want to and want to cry about it. There was this one dude who voted Trump, and they deported his wife, and I was fucking cracking up when I saw that shit. And I meant to share that shit with y'all.
Was that the same video from Florida that O shared with the
I don't know
Venezuelan
where it
wife?
was. Maybe it was. Yeah, dog. I was dying. I was dying. I was like, oh well, well,
We in the
Sorry,
find
not
out
sorry.
stage, man.
Sorry, not
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, we in the find out stage, man.
And
Legislature, we fucked around.
allegedly, like shout out to our people. I was listening to a podcast and they was mentioning like, oh, like they knew somebody from down the block uh was snatched up, deported with them, but was then brought back, and they were told, oh, they're just looking for the criminals. They're just looking. How about? But the
Mm,
problem is the fact that they're just taking anybody. That's
Yes,
where the problem really is.
yes.
They're not doing homework. They're not doing research. If they are looking for criminals, there is a thing called a criminal database that they have, that they freaking have. Use it, but they don't want to do that. They're just going to grab everybody that don't look like them.
Listen, like they said, if they worked that hard to find missing kids, we wouldn't have a problem.
Yeah, yeah.
shit.
It's a full fact. I saw that the other day.
We wouldn't have a problem. Listen, I'm not, like I said, I'm trying to live every day the best way possible. You know what I'm saying? Because it's definitely going to affect us some way, shape, or form. But until that time, like, you still got to work. You still got to pay your bills, right? So
Mm,
you just got to go out there and grind. But listen,
Because they're
we,
never going to turn them bills off.
right,
Mm-hmm.
we come from a spot of struggling. You know what I'm saying? So it's really not going to hit the same way they think it's going to hit. It's all these new folks out here that are about to get a very big surprise as they're slowly finding out. And these red states, they've been poor most of their life already. So, you know, the only way the only way it gets worse is when they cut them off. Like Jamal says, once they get cut off, that's when it's going to be a real issue because they're going to get cut off.
And you know how I end that point right? You know how I end this right there? They're going to be the ones eating the cats, eating the dogs. They are going to be the ones eating the cats and eating the dogs. It ain't gonna be the Haitians no more. They're not gonna be able to blame the Mexicans. They're gonna be able to blame the Anglos that are in the middle of the woods in fucking Kentucky and Mississippi, which is one of the worst. Mississippi, one of the worst educated states in the fucking country in the world. But they're going to be the ones eating the cats, eating the dogs, eating the shit
mm,
pies that they ate because these rich billionaires on the red side told you. take this shit and do what you will with it, but you're gonna end up eating it because guess what? You're gonna be too broke to afford food to eat.
Well,
Get your
I ain't fucking with no
nutrition out your
$10
doo-doo.
eggs. I ain't fucking with no $10 eggs, man.
I
Nope.
mean,
Like I
No,
said, we
sir.
gotta take a page. We gotta take a page out of some of these MAGA folks and get some chickens.
Get some chickens, word.
Get some chickens. Yeah.
Get some
My neighbor
chickens.
got chickens.
Yep.
yo, the livestock price about to go up, dogs.
We gotta get
Everything,
them
bro.
now.
The livestock price about to go up.
Everything is about to go
Everything is going
be
up.
mad. And this is what
It's
they're not
just
thinking about, man. They keep fucking around with our close neighbors, with China and Mexico, who we trade with more than anybody. And here's the funky shit. He put that little 10% tariff on China. I think I'm doing because he can't fucking fuck with China that bad. That's called a punk, right? So he goes in Mexico, 25% of Mexico. What the fuck has Canada have ever done to us that this country deserves to hit them with 25% tariff on anything, right? But keep fucking around and isolating, and the more and more these countries are just going to go and join the BRICS nations.
Well, that's what he wants, Jamal. He wants us to be fully independent of everybody. He doesn't want us to be involved in nothing. And you know what's going to happen when the day we need help? It's going to be the boy who cried wolf.
Fam, if everybody's in the BRICS nations and Wood only was not, we not independent.
Yeah.
So we still need shit. And if
We're
nobody's
gonna be
there,
totally dependent.
yes, nobody's there to buy it. Perfect, Marco. That's exactly what it is. And if there's nobody to buy shit from us or sell us shit,
we in trouble.
Yeah, we're gonna be in trouble.
and he already
to
told
be
his
honest
base,
with you,
he let Elon
like
tell his base they're too fucking stupid to do the jobs they want to do.
well, I'm a end this. Besides the cats and the dogs, I'm gonna end this like Bart Scott. Can't wait.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. I hate that I have to say that it's attached to the future of my children. But Kendrick Lamar said it. We're gonna be all right.
Yeah,
But I
sure.
Fair
can't
enough.
wait. I can't wait to see this meltdown happen. But with that being said, Jamal, you was the last one. You know what to do.
Yo, shout out to everybody who's in the comments. Shout out to the squad. Shout out to Lisper, Big O, TJ, Mayor. Peace to Ishtar. Peace to Ill Magic. Peace to Disabled Planets.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yo, great show, man. I enjoyed this. I know we're gonna we ran out of time, man. We're gonna pick this up next week, man, because we could talk about this shit or for the next 4 years or maybe sooner. We're gonna have a lot of shit to talk about, man. So man, it's gonna be a good show. It's gonna be great leading up and shit. Yeah, can't wait till Super Bowl, man. I know it's gonna be a good game. I know it's gonna be a hell of a game. Shout out to the listeners. Shout out to my partners here. And yeah, man, that's about it, man. I'll pass it off to TJ.
Yeah, man. Great show. We're going to have a lot of content for a long time. We don't have to think too hard about it. You know what I'm saying? It'll always be there. Sad to say, but, it is what it is. I'm looking forward to it. My popcorn is ready. Laugh now, cry later. Because that's what it's going to be for a lot of these folks. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the listeners. Pre-show, Dan was on some meat maker shit, but I don't know what that was
about. Man, you brought it up.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
Hey, yo. Pause.
So
Pause.
I'm gonna leave you with that. Do what you do.
Yo, Dan, it's not your friend, man.
I know. On some meat maker shit, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my code starting 5 at Hooks Rub to sprinkle that shit. Or as Tyrone would say, we're gonna get some Hooks Rub to sprinkle on all the crow sandwiches that those red states are gonna have to be eating soon. And on that note, with crow eggs. Peace.